What if I told you that there is a system that tells you how you're supposed to move through life, how you can make decisions, knowing that nothing is ever going to go wrong, you're never going to regret anything. You can be so confident in yourself, in your path, that everything always works out for you and the universe rewards you for it. Would you want to know what that system is? Because I'm going to be sharing with you exactly that in this video. That system is called human design. Once you know about this, you can't unknow it. It's like hearing something deep within yourself that you always knew to be true, but you just didn't have the words for it. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into that system, and then you're on your own to explore this further and see how it fits in your life. Let's get right into it. Hi friends, welcome to our channel. My name is Prachi, and along with my husband Harsh, we usually create videos that are centered around travel, our digital nomad lifestyle, relationships, love, and other things. And every once in a while I'll pop on here solo to share my learnings of whatever my interest is that month. So this channel is kind of evolving with us. If you're into travel, personal growth, self-reflection, or just figuring out how to live your version of a dream life, then stick around. So today I want to talk to you about human design. If you've not heard of this word before, I promise something is going to change in you after you watch this video. Now, if you have heard of it before, I'm sure I will still be able to share some things that I have learned that can help you. So let's get right into it. So what is human design? Well, it's kind of like a blueprint for your soul. And I know that may sound intense, especially if you're not spiritually inclined, but stick with me for a second. Human design is a system that combines astrology, the Chinese I Ching, the Kabbalah from Judaism, and a lot more other spiritual practices into one whole starter pack for you to understand yourself better. It's a self-awareness system, I think, that can help you understand your gifts further, to help you understand your uniqueness, and to help you understand who you were meant to be all along. Now, let me just preface that by saying that this is not a religion or a cult. You are not doctrined into it. There are no hard rules about it. It's sort of like take what you want and leave the rest. And that's my favorite thing about concepts like this, is like it's not really forced down your throat that this is how it's supposed to be or not. It's just available on a platter, so you pick and choose what you vibe with and then you leave the rest. That's sort of my mantra to go through life. So I invite you to keep an open mind and an open heart as you sit through the rest of this video. Now, I stumbled into human design about 2 years ago when I read this book by Jenna Zoe. I actually came across this book because some influencer had posted about human design on their Instagram and I was interested. So me being who I am, I went deep into it, read the books, watched her podcast, downloaded her app. It was a lot of information, I'm not gonna lie. When you're just getting into it, it is a lot of information. There is a chart for you to read, there are all these numbers for you to understand, and so many other things. And of course, I got overwhelmed and left it there. 2 weeks ago, I got back into again because I saw another YouTube video about this and I was like, hey, I've read that book, I know about this concept, let me dive deep into it. And oh my god, it has completely blown my mind now that I am not overwhelmed by it, and now I'm actually understanding all these numbers and meanings. I cannot tell you how this has changed my life in these last 2 weeks. I feel like a brand new person just knowing this information, or like re-knowing this information, because on some level I already knew it, but having the vocabulary to understand and to help explain the feelings that I was always feeling, it's so empowering, I can't tell you. So human design is based on your energy, and it helps explain your energy type, who you are, how to use your energy, how to make decisions, how to go through life, how to move through life, how to lead, how to just be based on your energy. Now, if you're someone who's like, I don't believe in energy, I get it, but let me just tell you that you don't have to believe in energy. It doesn't matter if you do or not, it still exists. It's literally how the universe operates. Everything is energy. And it's crazy because I was just reading this one newsletter that I'm subscribed to, and it's not related to human design at all, but it still told me exactly what I needed to convey to you today. So I'm just going to read through it to help you explain this point. Everything is energy because science teaches us this today. Atoms, the building blocks of all matter, which include you, are made up of 99.9999% empty space, which means that atoms are constantly in motion, and when there's movement, there's energy. So the rate of that movement is called frequency. And quantum physicists have demonstrated that what we perceive as solid matter, like this bottle of water, is not actually solid matter, but vibrating energy fields. So even the chair that you're sitting on, the bed that you're on, isn't truly solid, it's just densely packed energy moving at a slower frequency. In fact, Einstein's famous equation E equals mc squared literally means that matter and energy are interchangeable. Matter is energy, just condensed. And as the legendary Nikola Tesla once said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And the thing is that you can feel it. Even if you don't believe in it, you still can feel energy. Like imagine the last time you walked into a room and you just sensed something. Like you knew like the vibe was in there, or like people were discussing something behind you. Or you met a new person and instantly you were like, oh my god, I want to be friends with them. Even though you just said hi, you were just probably hit with this wave of energy that they shared with you without them even knowing. And you were like, oh my god, I want to be friends with them. Or sometimes you meet someone and you're like, I don't want to vibe with you. Like, I don't want to be friends with you. You are able to read it, like your body is able to read it, even without your mind being able to comprehend it. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not, it exists. Let's just get that out of the way. And there are lots of things to learn about when you find your human design. Now, how you do that is you go to a website that gives you a free chart. Now, the basis of human design is basically finding your chart or your body graph, as they call it. It may look something like this. And now, this is not my chart. I'm not exactly gonna share that with you. I'm gonna keep it personal, but this is just a chart that I got off the internet. This is what it looks like. And this is something similar to what yours would look like once you get it. It sort of shows you the different energy centers in your body. There are 9 of those, and if they are open, which means if they are white, or if they are colored in, or closed, like if they are colored in, like these ones. So how do you get your chart is basically you need to know your birth date, your birth location, and your exact time of birth. If you don't have that information, then you can find it on your birth certificate, or just go ask your mom because she will know what time you were born, or ask somebody in your family who was present on the day of your birth if they have recorded evidence of the time of your birth, because that's super important to get your exact body graph, because even with like every minute the body graph can change. And you can find a link in the description to download your body graph for free. It's from this website called myhumandesign.com. That's actually the website of this author Jenna Zoe, whose book I recommended earlier. I also have her app, so if you're an app person, you can download her app called Align Human Design, and then you can get your chart on the app as well. But all the links are going to be down below. But basically, you need a chart to help understand what your energy type is and the other things as well. So if you want to pause this video for a quick second and go download your chart, that would be really helpful, so that what I'm explaining to you will make sense once you do have your chart in hand, and you can then refer to what I'm saying and have that make sense. So you can pause this video and come right back. But let's just get right into it. Now, there are lots of things to learn about human design, especially your human design in your chart. There's a lot of information there. But here are the 4 places for you to start in the order that would make the most sense for you to get initiated into this knowledge base. So the first thing that you want to know is, what is your energy type? Now, there are 5 different energy types in human design: the manifestors, the generators, the projectors, the reflectors, and the manifesting generators, which are a combination of the first 2 types. Now, your energy type is basically how you give energy and how you receive energy. This is like who you are at your core, your sort of operating mechanism, if you will. So let me talk about manifesting generators first, because that is what my energy type is, and that is what Harsh's energy type is. So that's the energy type I'm most familiar with. So if you're a manifesting generator, then you are a multi-passionate, non-linear person, which basically means there are 10 million things that you love to do, and you can give your energy to all of them equally and receive energy from all of these things that you love to do, because it fills your soul up. Manifesting generator people are fast-paced, so they go at life at a different speed. They are also non-linear, which I said earlier, which basically means that they're not supposed to go from path A to path D by hopping through B and C. They are meant to go everywhere in whatever direction. So they don't just go from A, B, C, D. They go to A, then they go to M, then they come back to B, then they'll go to P for a bit, hang out at C and H, and then come back to B, and then C, and then D. So they are meant to do things in their own way. They're not really meant to follow the traditional path that society has laid out for them. And that's the thing, that our world isn't really built for all of these 5 energy types. Our world is basically built for generators, which I'm going to get to in a second, because about 40 to 50% of the population is generators, and then the rest of the population are these other 4 types. If you're a manifesting generator and you've ever wondered why aren't there enough hours in the day, or like why is it not okay for me to just work for a few hours and then rest and then work for a million hours on these 5 million projects that I'm interested in, why is it not okay? Why am I only meant to be focused on one thing? You're not alone and you're not wrong. The world isn't meant for us. So getting to know this information that you are built differently and your energy is different from others is empowering in its own sense. Okay, let me talk about the other 4 types as well, because I can talk about manifesting generators all day long. The second type is manifestors. Manifestors are the people who are here to initiate, who are here to manifest, which means to bring to reality whatever things that they want to bring to reality. They have the power to do it. These people are the initiators. They have the urges out of nowhere to go after a particular thing, and they can't really rationalize it. If you're a manifestor, you probably don't have a rational reason for the things that you're pursuing, but you know you have to pursue them because it's in your highest interest, and that is how you are meant to be using your energy. Manifestors are not here to be micromanaged. They want to go after all of their interests and they want to do it at their own timeline. Then the third type is generators, which is the other half of MGs, which is who I am. Generators are the people who are the builders. If you're a generator, you have tremendous amounts of energy and you can work for 9-10 hours without feeling overwhelmed, without feeling burnt out. And that is what our current society is set up for. The 9-to-5 work life is built for generators. Generators get lit up by doing the things that excites them. They aren't really here to initiate. Their energy is more better used when they are putting it into the things that they enjoy. And then how I said about manifesting generators earlier, they are a combination of these two, manifestors and generators. They are here to initiate, but then also they can back it up with the powerhouse of energy that the generators have. Now, the fourth type of energy is projectors. If you're a projector, then you are the guide or the advisor. And you are known to thrive when you're invited to do things. Unlike manifestors or generators or manifesting generators, you're not really here with a powerhouse of energy or to initiate things. You're really here to help people and help them see the things that they're not really capable of seeing because they're so involved. You're sort of shining the light on them and projecting onto them and using your energy in that way. And the fifth type of energy is the reflector. This is the rarest type, and you would know you're a reflector if you see your chart and none of the energy centers are colored in. So if all 9 energy centers are blank, are white, then that's how you know that you're a reflector, which basically means that you can take in energy of the room, of the place that you're in, of the environment that you're in. These are the super rare, super sensitive souls that exist on our planet. These are the people who can take in your energy and reflect it back tenfold. So if they're in a happy, fun, joyful place, then they will be happy, fun, joyful. Or if they are in a sad, melancholy place with other sad, melancholy people, then they will be sad and melancholy. They're sort of like the mirrors for energy in society. So they will give you back what you give them. Now, this part alone, just understanding about these 5 different energy types and understanding which one I was, helped me so much because I stopped feeling bad about not being just on one path. If you know me or if you know mine and Harsh's story, you know that we do a lot of things. We started out as pharmacists in our career, but we didn't stick to that because we realized that was not it. We completely shift gears and we went into digital marketing because we thought that would be fun to explore. So we did that for a couple years. Then we pivoted into travel influencing, and then we pivoted again into now what we do is just share about our lifestyle and our personal growth and the journey that we're on. So we're constantly shifting and changing and doing things that light us up, because putting our energy into doing the thing that everyone tells you that you should do for 10 years or 20 years is just not it for us. It doesn't make us feel nice. So I always used to feel like, oh no, everyone's telling me to follow one career path. Is that right? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I would always feel really bogged down by it. But now just knowing that that's not how my energy is supposed to be, just knowing this information that I am meant to be multi-passionate and I am meant to be non-linear and I am meant to do the things that light me up, like that's what the universe wants me to do, just knowing that is so empowering. So there isn't one energy type that's the best. All of them are equal. They're all equally unique and beautiful. So I encourage you to go find your energy type and then understand or like see if you agree with that. And also, you don't have to believe anything I say. You don't have to believe anything that anyone ever tells you. It's your responsibility to go out and try it for yourself and see if it holds true for you or not. So I invite you to go do that once you know your energy type. Now, the second thing that you want to pay attention on after you find your energy type is your strategy. Your strategy is sort of like the how-to of decision making. It shows you how you best interact with the world and how your energy moves through life. So your strategy is basically like your inner GPS. It shows you the way, it shows you how to interact with your world. Your strategy is directly related to the energy type. So once you find out your energy type, your strategy is going to be related to that. For manifestors, your strategy is to inform. So you are the only type that is meant to initiate things. You're not here to take in the advice of other people or to respond to what life is bringing your way. Your energy is best used in initiating things, so in starting things. For manifesting generators like me, our strategy is to respond just like generators. So because we have so many things that we want to put our energy into, we want to wait for the universe to bring these things our way. And I have felt this so many times because somebody will tell me about something, or I will find out about human design or a topic from an influencer I follow, and then my gut will tell me to follow that direction and then to see what's there. So I respond to the situations, to the things that life brings my way, and that is how you best use your energy. For projectors, your strategy is to wait for the invitation. You're designed to see deeply into others and into situations and environments, but your energy works best when you're invited to share that knowledge. Now, don't confuse this with like everyday stuff like eating and like traveling and doing regular things. Like, you don't really need an invitation for that, but for like big things, big decisions, job opportunities, career changes and stuff like that, wait to be invited and then respond. And for reflectors, your strategy is actually to wait for the lunar cycle, which basically means to wait 28 days, because that's how long it takes for your energy to work through everything and then to give you the answer. You are deeply connected to the moon and to the lunar cycle and to your environment. So waiting this full cycle of 28 days will give you time that you need to work through the full range of emotions and all the possibilities before giving your answer. Now again, this doesn't apply to like everyday things, but like big decisions, that's how your energy is meant to move through the world. Now, each strategy that I explained earlier, it's sort of like a permission slip for you to just follow your inner knowings. If you related to one more than the other, that's probably because you already know that's how you're supposed to be, but because the world has conditioned you into being a certain way and like always knowing the answer and always going fast and like never waiting to like stop and take a deep breath and like to actually ask yourself what it is that you want, you probably will feel like, oh wait, is that really how it's supposed to be? So there's a lot to be said about strategy, but once you find your own, then you can deep dive into it and you can then try to see if the decisions you make by following your strategy actually are aligned with you or not, and then go on from there. Now, the third thing that you want to know about your human design is your authority, which is another GPS for you to make aligned decisions. So with your authority, this word basically means to tune into your body, into a specific part of your body based on your different authority, instead of relying on the mind and all its rationalizations. Now, there are lots of different types of authorities. These are the ones that are listed on the screen. My authority is an emotional authority. So I'm just going to give you a little nugget of information on that, and then you can deep dive into what your authority is and what that means for you. Now, an emotional authority means that your solar plexus is colored in. So this triangle on your chart is colored in, which basically means that you have emotional authority. And if you do have a colored in solar plexus, then you're going to relate heavily with what I'm just about to describe. So with an emotional authority, you experience something called the emotional wave, which means at any given moment you are somewhere along this emotional wave. You are either at an emotional high where everything is amazing and life is fun and you feel happy, and I heard this description, it's like the sun is shining within you. That's how you feel when you're on an emotional high. And then when you're on an emotional low, the description I heard was, it feels like there's rain going on inside you. You're sad without reason, you're in a melancholy mood, you are just feeling blah and blue and you don't know why. And then you go between these highs and lows, and that's how your energy moves through the world. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. We've been taught that you're not supposed to have these sad emotions and then you're always supposed to feel fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And you're just supposed to embrace these highs and lows, because this is how your energy moves through the world. And knowing this made me feel so happy, because now I don't have to feel bad about feeling blah. I don't have to feel like there's something wrong with me because I woke up in a bad mood. It's literally how the universe wants me to function. Now, how you make decisions when you're in a high and a low is you wait for the neutral. You wait for when there isn't rain or the sun in yourself. You are just in a calm place. If you're someone who has emotional authority, it's going to take some time for you to recognize the neutral, because you are so used to being in the highs and the lows. It may take a while for you to establish neutrality, but once you do, that is where you take decisions. So someone with emotional authority isn't supposed to give instant yeses or instant nos. They are not meant to be spontaneous. They are meant to sleep on it. They are meant to wait before they can decide. So the next time someone comes to you and goes like, I need an answer in 2 hours, ask them, to wait and ask them politely if you can sleep on it and let them know tomorrow. Because by sleeping on it, you get to work through the highs and lows, and hopefully in that 24-hour cycle, there is a neutral period for you to take a decision from. So people with emotional authorities can be seen as flaky because we say yes, but then we say no a lot, and then we go between these decisions, and then we can cancel plans at the last moment because we're not feeling it. I really love using ChatGPT, so what I'll do is I go to ChatGPT, I'll be like, hey, I just did my human design reading, I found out I am a manifesting generator with emotional authority, can you help me explain what that means? And then it'll help you explain what that means. So you can put your own, like, I am a projector with a splenic authority, can you help me explain what that means? And then it'll tell you what that means. And there's also tons of free resources on YouTube, and like even this app called Align, I love it. It is free, but then the paid version gives you a lot more information and like lots of like podcast type recordings as well. I love using it to deep dive. So that's where you can find out about your own authority. And the last thing, the fourth thing that you want to know about your human design is your profile, which is your personality. So from what I understand, there are 6 different numbers which are called lines. So there's the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line, and sixth line. Your personality is a combination of 2 of these numbers, and it depends on your chart and your birth time and all of that. That's why you want it to be accurate. There is so much information to dive into. I love this because it helps me accept myself. It just helps me not feel bad and guilty about all these different quirks that I have. Just accept them for what they are. There's a lot to be discovered here. These 4 are just the starting. They are the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more depth of information within this system. The more I'm learning about it, the more I feel like everyone should know about this because it is that good. My understanding of the system is still very beginner level. Learned about it 2 years ago. I'm just starting to get back into it, but it's so important for me to get this information out there because I feel like everyone needs to know this. So that's why I made this video. And I'm very curious to know what your personality type is. So once you do find your chart, can you drop a comment with your personality number, like the 2 numbers? Because that would be super interesting for me to know who follows me. So I'm a 5-1, Harsh is a 5-1 as well. And it's just so interesting to me to get all of this information. I hope I was able to resonate within you something. I hope something struck within you. You felt like an aha moment somewhere, because if it did, then that's an invitation for you to dive deeper into this and just find out about your human design. And then once you do that, you will be so curious to know about everyone in your life and what their human design is. It's just so much, it's a wealth of information available on this topic, and I can't believe more people don't know about this. I'm going to leave you with this. If you are feeling overwhelmed like I did 2 years ago with all of this new information and you're like, where do I even begin? Then just focus on 2 things, your strategy and your authority. That itself will help you leaps and bounds in your life. Just knowing how your energy is supposed to move through life and how you're supposed to make decisions is so powerful. Take that knowledge and do experiments with it in your life. So yeah, as a manifesting generator, I'm super passionate about this at the moment because, as you know, we're multi-passionate people, and I had to share this with you. So I hope you found this interesting, and if you want me to make more such videos about all these millions of topics that I'm interested in, and beware, there are many. I'm a 5-1, there's a 1 in my profile. You'll know what it means once you start diving into it. I have so many passions and I always go really deep within topics. So now I have a plethora of knowledge in my arsenal to share. So if you guys want me to make more such videos about topics that interest me, then please let me know in the comments below. Send me a DM and I will be more than happy to continue sharing my knowledge because this is super fun for me as well. So yeah, I hope you found this interesting and I will see you in the next one. Bye.